You want me to make a statement?
Yeah, make a statement.
Yeah, obviously it wasn't a good night for me. It was a pretty off night. Rollies did what he does. Does a lot of good power shots. Caught me in the second round. Um, but just even in the start of the fight, it just didn't feel like my feet were under me, like I had anything. But I tried to fight through it and just found myself very off after the year layoff. That whole year, it was a lot for me mentally, as you guys know. So the fact that I got here and I'm in the position I am, my mind is as clear as it is a victory for me, I would say. But I'm extremely disappointed in the way I fought, and it definitely isn't my best in any way. But thank you guys, and I want to thank my fans and everybody that stuck by me even though we took an out today, and the people that came to watch me. A lot of love is out there for me, and I think people know my heart and know that I'll be back and better than ever.
Brian?
Yeah.
Just sort of your take on the whole scene. I'm wondering if maybe, had that been a full arena, maybe fans chanting, would it have done something different? It kind of seemed a little quiet for what we were expecting.
Yeah, I didn't really, wasn't a fan of that at all. It felt like a sparring match, and it felt like you could hear everybody, and it just didn't feel authentic to me. But, no excuses. It is what it is.
SecondsOut boxing was, you threw probably like less than 30 right hands the whole fight. Can you walk us through what the game plan was? Why did you not throw as many right hands the whole fight?
I mean, that's just part of just me not, being as sharp as I could be. I just didn't really throw anything, to be honest. I mean, I was just throwing jabs and moving around. I just didn't feel there, didn't feel there at all. And, it wasn't a part of our game plan at all. Derek had a great game plan. There was a lot of opportunities there, especially when Rollies is going back. I just didn't let my hands go in any way, shape, or form. And that was simple as that.
Garcia with Fight Brian, I just wanted to ask you, we just saw recently Tank and Lamont have a tough fight, and they had history. Obviously, you were in the role, you have had some history to talk about the sparring, but do you think that any of that history played into tonight's outcome?
I just think that Rollies is much better than people give him credit for, and he has very strong hands, just solid in general. So you can't just, walk in there and think you're just going to get anything on him. He does hit hard, but I don't think the sparring played anything. I was just more of how this night played out, It just wasn't my night.
Do you think you underestimated him at all?
No, I always knew that he was going to be what he is. I feel like I fought the most dangerous fighter on the card. Anybody with that type of power is obviously somebody you got to watch out for. But I've always thought Rollies was going to be Tank. Just think I just didn't do anything I should have done today.
Ryan down front. Do you feel now in this moment that a rematch with Rolly is more important than a rematch with Devin, or vice versa?
Oh man, that's a good question. Whatever the fans want. If they want me to, run it back with Rollies, let's do it. If they want me to go straight for Devin, let's do it. Styles make fights. I'm willing to fight any of them again.
Your commitment for the way you conducted yourself in the build-up to this fight, so the outcome's a bit ironic. Mm-hmm. What do you feel like you need to change? Is it in the ring, outside the ring, to build up to whatever the next fight is?
Right. I think it's just both, combination of both. Throughout the camp, just couldn't get anything going. I felt for myself in training camp. Like I didn't feel like I had more conditioning or more energy or more sharp. I just feel like I couldn't. Nothing was progressing in any way, and I just felt weird and off. And I would mention it to Derek, and we were just trying to figure it out, But we only have 5 weeks together, it's just one of those things where I was like, man, I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know why I can't get no, I guess progressive, sharpness coming into camp. Like, I don't know why it's not picking up, but we still were confident. I mean, we're training. It's just nothing clicked. It just nothing was clicking.
Last one for me. You've been knocked down and gotten up before. Is this the hardest you've been hit at 147?
No. I feel like the most I ever been dazed was with Luke Campbell. I was actually dizzy with Luke Campbell getting up, but with Rollies I wasn't dizzy. I was just like, oh, well, there it goes again. I got all the canvas again. But it doesn't really, I don't really get, too out of it. I'm just, right there. It's always a flash knockdown for some reason. I get right back up. But he had potential to hit the hardest, though. He definitely had some power on him.
Ryan, do you feel like maybe, ring rust and obviously the whole situation you're going through with, with Devin cuts, a little bit coming to the ring, worrying about that in the back of your mind?
It was just so weird because usually once you step in the ring, everything fades away. This time I went into the ring and I could hear fucking everybody, Shakur, Richardson, everybody just screaming stuff, and I'm just like, I don't know why I didn't zone it out. It was weird. It just felt like a weird fever dream just happened. It was just so awkward. I don't know why. Usually fights don't feel that way. It just feels like you're in it and you're fighting. You don't hear nobody, nothing. So yeah, that was a little different for sure.
Just curious as to how you felt at the weight, and regardless of who you fight next, do you think you'll stay at welterweight?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I would stay at welterweight. I felt I don't really feel too much different because I walk around 160, so it's not really too much of a difference for me. But today I didn't feel good at all, obviously. But as far as did I feel any different? I mean, just weight wise, maybe a little slower. I don't know, maybe a little slower.
And if it's not a rematch with Devin or Rolly, would you consider Conor Ben, since he's also coming off a loss of a good performance,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys are both very popular?
Like I said, whatever the fans want, man. I've always been open to fight anybody, so however the fans want it.
Okay, last one.
Difference boxing.
Yep.
I have a question, my brother. Now, the walk entrance, you came up in the car. Now, the question is, what was the warm-up before the fight? Getting into, it was at the hotel, you guys warming up?
Yeah, it was at the hotel. We would.
How long did it take from the hotel to get into the arena?
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
when
kind of like, it really didn't make sense because one of my big concerns was going to ice him down, right?
Exactly.
Going to cool him out. I talked to him about it. Too much time in between us working out. You're supposed to stay fresh. You can't. It's difficult. I'm not saying that's the reason. I'm just saying that's like they icing you out. It's too much. So yeah, I mean, well, you can go ahead and answer, but I talked to him about it.
Right.
Even before I said we got to get this, we got to get it going because
So we cool down.
Because he loose.
But I didn't know it was I thought it was closer to the arena than because I didn't really watch the entrances and how long it was taking. I was just kind of watching the fights, but I was like, damn, I'm in this Batmobile forever. And the gas smelled crazy in that vehicle. I was just like, damn, it's taking forever. But I wouldn't say that.
Yeah. Both of you guys, he caught you right there in the second round.
Yeah.
Ryan, he was off, like you said.
Yeah.
He was off.
All right, he's
Ryan,
done now.
you're
Thank you.
pursuing Tank Davis. You sound very different. Do you feel like you have the motivation to pursue fighting at the elite level?
Of course, we all go through these moments. It's still a fresh moon. I just lost. I'm not gonna sound excited to go after anybody right now. And I had an extremely off night. I fought in my eyes horrible. So I'm not gonna be sounding any type of happy in any way. So.
Ryan, in the Devin Haney fight, it was, I don't know, off the script, maybe a little unprofessional, quote unquote crazy, whatever, but you performed the best you ever have. And now you're just really calm and chill with it. Do you think you kind of need to go to turn back up, and get on fire, drinking?
Tequila helps you knock people out, right? I mean, that's funny, bro. Imagine just knock out tequila, start a brand. You know, it's just, I gotta figure it out up here. Mentality, you know, because there's times where I felt like I fought good and I wasn't acting like that, right? You know, just a lot of stuff I gotta figure out mentally, and then I'll get back to it, and you'll see that aggression come out. I just didn't have that, you know, tonight. I just didn't have that aggression to go kill. You know, you gotta have that in the ring. Just didn't have that tonight, so we'll figure it out.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you. I love you guys, man. Appreciate you guys for everything.